Now guys, it's time to solve section D of basic paper of mathematics. In this section, each question carry 4 marks. That means हम 4 marker question solve करने जा रहे हैं इस basic paper का. Start करते हैं question number 35 से. This question states a 2-digit number is such that the product of its digits is 14. If 45 is added to the number, the digits interchange their places. Find the number. This question is from chapter quadratic equation. Let's solve this question. First, we are going to assume the unit digit of the given number be x. And according to the given conditions in this question, we can write the tens place of the given number will be 14 divided by x, because the product of unit digit and tens digit of the number is 14. So that's why on the basis of our assumption, we can write the tens digit of the number will be 14 divided by x. This is the first step. Now, according to the second statement of this question, here it is given that if 45 is added to the given number, the digits interchange their places. So what will be the original number? As per our assumption, we can write 10 times 14 divided by x plus x. And if we are adding 45 to this number, what we are getting? 10x plus 14 divided by x. तो यहाँ पर हमने क्या देखा कि digits interchange हो गए और उसे एक नया number form हुआ है जो कि हमने right hand side में लिखा है. अब मेरे पास एक equation है and when we are solving this equation, we are getting a quadratic equation and the quadratic equation is 9x square minus 45x minus 126 is equal to 0. Friends, you can solve this quadratic equation either using middle term splitting method or using quadratic formula. So here we are going to solve this by using middle term splitting method. So we have splitted this number minus 45x as minus 63x plus 18x. The sum total is minus 45x and the product of these two terms is equal to the product of the first and the last term of the given quadratic equation. And after further simplification, we are getting two values of x, either x is equal to 7 or minus 2. We have to ignore this negative value because digit of any number cannot be negative. Number can be negative, but its digit cannot be negative. So that's why we are taking only the possible value of x is 7. So here we can conclude the unit digit of the given number is 7, and as per our assumption we can write the tens digit of the number is 14 divided by 7, that means 2. So here we can write the number is 27. The tens digit is equal to 14 divided by x, x is 7, so here we can write 2 and the number is 27, and this is the answer for this question. This is a 4 marker question. Now let's talk about the expected marking scheme of this question. So I'm starting with the very first step. When we have written the tens digit of number is 14 divided by x on the basis of our assumption, this step will give you half a mark. 1 mark is given when we have represented the given condition mathematically. Half mark is given for this calculation part. Next half mark is given when we are getting this quadratic equation 9x square minus 45x minus 126. Now when we are splitting this middle term, this step will give you half a mark. Next half mark is given when we are getting the value of x is 7. And rest half mark is given when we are getting the final number of this given question. That means we have to determine here the number, that is 27, and this step will give you half a mark. So this is the marking scheme of this question. I think आपको अच्छे से समझ में आया होगा ये question. और अगर आपने इस तरीके से आंसर किया है, so you are going to score 4 out of 4 for this question. Now let's proceed to the next question. Now let's solve question number 36. This question is from chapter Arithmetic Progression based on the formula to find the nth term of any arithmetic progression. And the question says if 4 times the 4th term of an arithmetic progression is equal to 18 times the 18th term, then find the 22nd term. Let's solve this question. First, we are assuming the first term and the common difference of the given arithmetic progression be A and D respectively. Friends, if we have the first term and the common difference of any arithmetic progression, we can easily calculate the nth term of the same arithmetic progression using the formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now, according to the first statement of this question, here it is given that 4 times the fourth term of an arithmetic progression. So, the fourth term of the arithmetic progression will be a plus 3d. And the 18th term of the arithmetic progression will be a plus 17d. Now, I'm going to arrange this given statement mathematically, and we can write here 4 times a plus 3d. This is representing the fourth term of the arithmetic progression. This is equal to 18 times the 18th term, that is represented by a plus 17d. So when we simplify this equation, we are getting 14 times a plus 2, 94 times d is equal to 0. That means a plus 21 times d is equal to 0. And this expression on the left hand side is representing the 22nd term of the same arithmetic progression, because we have a plus 21 into d. 21 into d can be written as 22 minus 1 into d. That means a plus n minus 1 into d form. So this is representing the 22nd term, and this is equal to 0. So here we can conclude that the 22nd term of the given arithmetic progression will be 0, and this is the answer for this question. Now let's talk about the marking scheme of this question. Friends, when we are assuming the first term and common difference, this will give you half a mark. Clear? When we are representing the given conditions mathematically, this step will give you 1 mark. Clear? Half mark for this calculation step, next half mark for this step. And when we are getting this important relation a plus 21 times d is equal to 0, this will give you half mark. Clear? So what we are getting, a plus 21 d is equal to 0, and the left hand side is representing the 22nd term, and this last step will give you rest 1 mark, because this left hand side is representing the 22nd term of the given arithmetic progression. And this is the marking scheme for this question based on the concept of arithmetic progression. Now let's proceed to the optional part of this question. This question is from the same chapter, arithmetic progression, but the topic is different. This question is from the topic, the sum of first n terms of any arithmetic progression. Let's solve this question. First of all, the question states how many terms of the AP 24, 21, 18 and so on must be taken so that their sum is 78. For this arithmetic progression, the sum of the terms is 78, and on the basis of this given information, we can easily determine the first term and the common difference of this given arithmetic progression. So let's solve this given question. So we are getting here the first term is 24, and the common difference of this given arithmetic progression is minus 3. We are getting negative common difference for this given arithmetic progression. Friends, we know the formula to find the sum of first n terms of any given arithmetic progression, that is n upon 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 into d, where n is the number of terms whose sum is 78 for this given arithmetic progression. According to the given question, we can represent the given statement mathematically as 78 is equal to n upon 2 multiplied by 2 into 24 minus 3 into n minus 1. Clear? And when we simplify this equation, we are getting a quadratic equation, that is n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0. Friends, you can solve this quadratic equation either using quadratic formula or using middle term splitting method. Here we are going to solve this quadratic equation using middle term splitting method. And we have splitted this term minus 17n as minus 13n minus 4n. And when we simplify this step, we are getting n minus 13 multiplied by n minus 4 is equal to 0. We are getting two values for this variable n, and the values are 13 and 4. So here we are getting the sum of first 4 terms of the given arithmetic progression is 78, as well as the sum of first 13 terms of the same arithmetic progression is also 78. That means we are getting two answers for this question. क्यों मुझे 13 टर्म्स का भी सम 78 मिल रहा है और फर्स्ट 4 टर्म्स का भी सम 78 मिल रहा है? इससे मैं ये कंक्लूड कर सकता हूं कि इस अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन में कई सारे टर्म्स नेगेटिव भी हैं और कुछ टर्म पॉजिटिव भी हैं, so that we are getting the sum of first 4 terms of this arithmetic progression is 78, as well as the sum of first 13 terms of this arithmetic progression is also 78, and this is the answer for this question. Now let's talk about the marking scheme of this question. So I'm starting with the very first step where we have determined the value of first term and the common difference for the given arithmetic progression. So we can give half mark for these two steps. Clear? This formula by which we can calculate the sum of first n terms of any arithmetic progression will give you next half mark, and when we represent the given condition mathematically, this step will give you 1 mark for this question. Clear? Next 2 marks are based on the calculation part and the final answer. When we are getting this quadratic equation, this step will give you half a mark, and when we are splitting this middle term, this step will give you next half mark. Clear? And when we are getting the values of n as 13 and 4, this will give you half a mark, and rest half a mark is based on your final answer, that is 4 and 13. So this is the marking scheme of this question. I hope you understood this question very clearly based on the concept of arithmetic progression. Friends, let's proceed to the next question.